Thank you. Thomas?
Of course, we need a grocery store in Stafford, but there is no enough space to have a grocery store for all the parking facility and everything. More than that, if we want to compete with Walmart, there should be a big grocery store. There is no space in Stafford. In the future, if any small store is coming, people will not go to the small store. They all go to Walmart from there. So small store is not going to be a success. They will be a failure. If a big store, there is no facility in Stafford.
They told me, Ms. Chin, we want a grocery store in Stafford. I asked my mayor, Cecil Willis, about, Mayor, how can we attract a grocery store come to our city? And mayor said, the thing is like, we need to think about, we're going to have more people coming to Stafford. Great apartment, the new apartment going to bring 5,000 people come to our Stafford. And also we have a 3 residential project building right now. Shop local business. It's a teamwork. We will do our part, but I want our resident working with us. We're going to do this together. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll go back to the public question. Feel like the path needs to be changed. Why?
I strongly believe the Stafford city is going in the right direction. But we have no facility for our residents to go there testing or anything. Some just go to Galveston, go to Houston. I like to have for the people of Stafford a basic problem, even though they don't have a big bedside facility or not, we cannot make it because of the problem. Stafford is a small city, but at least you have a primary facility for.
Do you believe the city of Stafford is headed in the right direction, or do you think the path needs to be changed?
Definitely we're in the right position. We just got a new mayor. Mayor Cecil Willis working so hard every day to, our resident in our city. We are a small city. We know each other. We're like a family. So Stafford resident work with city, Stafford Center, HEC, everything we work together. We're going to have a good direction, and Stafford going to be shining city. Thank you.
Thank you. Wen?
Yes. I've been here long enough to understand the dynamics of this city. You can't sit on your 10-year past plan. You have to create a 10, 15, and a 20-year progressive. We had a recession. We had all that fall around our ears, and we fell short. And if you are not prepared for the future, it's going to get even worse. You have to improvise. You have to be ready, not like going to the same job anymore. You have to provide services and income.
Thank you. All right. Next question from the public, and Alice, we'll start with you as a first response.
I think all the city council members, they call me number person. What I mean by number person? I watch budget very closely because I actually working with city council and mayor pro tem after mayor passed. We only spend on needs, needed, not want. So this is the reason we can control how expenditure, bring more revenue to our general fund, and the future is really, really positive. Thank you.
Thank you. Wen?
Yes, we're facing uncharted waters. We have to figure how we're going to balance the budget for the next fiscal year. Very difficult. I don't think we have any waste because we had to improvise to get the budget to begin with. We just have to be diligent on how we spend and stay within erosion. We've got to figure more money to have to come in to make the budget for next year balance and stay in course.
Thank you. Thomas?
Sorry, can you repeat one more time? I don't want to reduce anything. If the city is growing, if population is growing, business is growing, We should have more people, more employees. School property, park property, you need more employees. I don't think so. We cannot reduce the budget anymore. We should be our budget will be growing and growing every year. If we are moving forward, our budget will be moving.
First person to respond to this question will be Wen. Stefan, you want to start?
Should the city invest more in multilingual outreach and communication?
That's okay. Here you say.
Should
It's a question that right at this moment I would say concentrate on what we need to concentrate in. And that's keeping our employees without any layoffs, concentrate on public safety. I'm trying to hold the course. I'm trying to hold this position to do the best to keep our services at where they're at. We don't have any wiggle room. We don't have any wiggle room.
Thank you. Thomas?
America is a country of immigrants. If you go to India, you see Indians. If you go to China, you go to Chinese. Every country I'm an Indian-born American citizen. There is 40 official languages in India. If you get from everywhere, people are in this country. You cannot promote every language for a unity of the country. We should have only one language, one culture. I strongly believe that.
With you, we welcome, we embrace diversity. Just 2 weeks ago, we go through our HR policy. We're gonna give police officers another language to serve our citizens because there are different culture in this community. We need to take care of everyone in this community. So I totally believe we need to think about diversity and have different languages serve our residents. And that's our...
Back to the press. The first to respond to this question will be Thomas Seshadri.
If elected to the city council, will you approve more apartments and more religious facilities in
Income we are deficient in our budget. The apartment, they bring quality apartments. I should bring more income, then more revenue. That is good for the city. I strongly believe that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alice?
Yes, apartment is going to bring more people, especially young family. But we're going to make sure it's good quality come to our city. For instance, on the grids, we have a beautiful apartment right now, and it's going to attract 5,000 residents come to our Stafford. Thank you.
Thank you. Wen?
Well, I have a completely different parameters of that. Bringing in apartments does not guarantee you're going to bring families, but maybe single people that don't have families. They will put more pressure on our police. They'll put more pressure on that. If with the conditions we're in, I will not cut back on our public safety. Police and fire is up the most. I ran 20 years ago on that process. We didn't even have an ambulance in Stafford. With that said, from Needville and everywhere else, that's working.
Thank you. All right, let's go back to questions from the public. And the first person to respond to this one will be Alice.
This is something I will share with you. This ice storm, this winter storm is, what, more than 100 years? It's never happened in Stafford. But you know, our leader, our mayor, also provide, working with other officer, public officer, bringing food, water, and also supply to help our residents. This is something, it's like I can see our city, I see so many great stories, and this actually bring out the spirit of Stafford because we all care about each other. Thank you.
Thank you. Wen?
Well, that was a 125-year freeze. We did the best we could. The police and the fire were diligent in taking care of the citizens. Our public works did their job. It eroded our overtime. Oh. So we have to be very careful on how we budget and bring more revenue to keep our public safety in par.
Thank you. Thomas?
United like earthquake, they are showing their hands to the anywhere in the world, either friend or enemy. If yes, sir, what do you want? You want any help? That is the only country in the world. In this pandemic, in this weather, everywhere, we are supporting each other. We want this is a very good school facility here. We should have more technical people. How many hours we wait for a plumber? How many? We want more technically educated people from the school board, from the school. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next question from the public. Wen, we'll start with you. With over 43% of the Stafford residents being over 60 years of age, what specific plans do you have to engage this?
We have to look at the way the dynamics of the city and the neighborhoods are. A lot of these people are on fixed incomes. That's why they can't move out of Stafford. God calls them. Now, we've lost a lot of citizens, and they went on to other cities that had property tax and were able to do that. But there's still a large population, and one of the largest population is rental properties. We have 60% rental properties in most year or two, and that also affects the school.
Thank you. Thomas?
You know, there is 2-3 ways I can explain that question. One is the elderly people. They are living with a low income, shortage of income, so they have to be property tax, zero property tax, and any other support. Then the young generation, they are the foundation of, they are the builders, building foundation for the benefit of the community. We have to educate them. We have to be the school facility, and the community should be developed for a better society. So we have to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Alice?
I actually want to say I preach to make Stafford stronger. Without all the senior citizens, our Stafford is not going to be this way right now, booming. For the senior citizen, actually, in the new school, we are building for our students in the school. Like our young children, they need a mentor from those senior citizens. So I hope we can have a community council, invite the senior citizen, join a city community council, and give
To our press, first question will be, first response will be from Thomas Seshadri.
I want to repeat the previous question where only they answered partly. I asked about apartments and religious facilities.
It's for me, right?
Yes.
For tax purpose, religious organizations are not paying tax. But you cannot say a religious organization should not come to Stafford. But I like to have religious people, but if the tax benefit, they are not paying any tax. So I don't know how you deal with that thing. Thank you.
Okay. Alice?
It's not a welcome. In the past, there have been too many churches in Stafford. In fact, we had a zoning restriction on religious facilities in your city rules. In that context, I am asking whether will you relax your zoning rules and bring more religious facilities. That was the question.
We have a 52 in our 7 square mile. I'm very happy because it's Holy Land, right? We have different church or temple or mosque here. But I think on the new zoning, planning and zoning meeting on May, and that will be a good topic, we can talk about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Wen?
Thank you. As most of the people that know me, I have a sense, as long as their church is chicken and brings some revenue in. With that said, we have enough churches, and to be specific, these churches are bringing in people from very constantly looking at the productivity of every piece of dirt that this Stafford has. So, with that said, I think 50 for Jesus in Stafford, and you don't find him, you're not looking. With that said, I think we've churched out. We have every religion in the spectrum.
Thank you. All right.
Yes. So, in terms of some of the economic revitalization and development that was touched on earlier, what you would like to see go in there, like mixed use, or can you give me a specific example of the type of business development that you're trying to bring to those areas?
Thank you for the question. You know, we really have. You want me to tell you how we're gonna bring more business to our city? Is that what your question is?
What types of businesses specifically?
Oh, okay. We want to bring something different. Like, for instance, we don't want to see all the gas stations in our city, Stafford City. We want to see a mixed business, diverse business, and come to Stafford and provide service to our residents and bring more sales tax to our general fund.
Thank you. When?
Thank you. Well, we're going to start with a specifically fit in the zone that we adopted. And that zone was part of the composition plan. A person, before they even himself, they buy property to put in there that's going to work with their businesses as long as it meets the zone. And that's going to be determined by revisiting, tweaking the zone composition plan. With that being said, I would prefer to have a townhome center like Sugar Land, but they're going to the grid.
Thank you.
Unless people are interested to invest money in the city, there should be the changes in the zoning system. You have to change it. More than that, the Stafford resident, there is no place for enjoyment. They have no fun, no place over here in Fifth Street. Who is going there? That park is empty. There's a lot of dirt over there. If you make a extension from first, come with their kids and enjoy their time. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll go back to public questions. When you're going to be first up here. Do you feel that the city is doing everything they can to continue to keep their citizens safe as we come out of...
As you see, the crime rate in Houston, which is connected to Stafford, has boomed. I think they went up 30%. It's just a matter and finding any way that we can fund it and have ample officers to patrol and to have a watchful eye on our citizens and businesses. Because all you need is enough businesses get robbed. It's every day, every day. I don't want that in Stafford.
Thank you. Thomas?
It is going through the Stafford, a lot of areas. If you develop both sides of the canal with small businesses in that neighborhood, that also bring more income to the city.
Thank you. Alice?
Public safety is number one priority for me. Because this city, we need to take care of everybody. Take care of residents, take care of our schools, fire department. They do an excellent job to protect our city. And also, I'm thinking another thing we can do is promote community involvement. Coffee with police or anything a neighbor watch.
All right. Last question from the public. Thomas, we'll start with you. What style of leadership does the city need to have right now?
The city should have more industrial people, and the business people, they have to have a better connection to improve the neighborhood watch and city control and everything is very important for the.
I think our leadership, we got a new mayor December after Mayor Scott Sella passed away. I also want to report to you, we have a good team of city manage the budget problem and find new way to attract more business come to our school and find new way to work with our city. We have a good school coming. We have a good, a business coming. So in a way, it's a teamwork. And also we have a good citizen willing to volunteer city team. So, and also city employee. I want to say all the department from our city employee, we all work as a team to try to move this city forward or to be a.
The situation is that we have the leadership that the citizens desire. They're the voters. They're the ones that puts it up there. And it's up to the council member to do his diligence, to do his homework. Very grieved if you don't have the full knowledge and they make a wrong vote. You got to be supportive of what the citizens need and want. It's not a popularity contest. It's not how many people you know. It's the qualifications. The qualifications are sometimes a little rigid.
All right, now we're going to go into our closing statements. You will each have 2 minutes to give a closing per the rules in the order of your name on the ballot. Thomas John, we'll start with you.
Hello, now I am talking to the people of Stafford. You know, my great passion is to work with from any councilman or any of the staff or any of the mayor or anybody. My endorsement is my voters. I am dedicated my time. I have within 1 year, 1 month. I know what the people want. Some of the people told me I never vote in my life, but I come and vote for you. Because for 25 years in Harris County, Bentham, I work with the VA hospital, I work with Kindle hospital. My passion is with the people all the time. Work with people and to talk with the.
Liz Chen.
I want to express my thanks to Fort Bend Chamber of Commerce to host this forum tonight. I want to thank you for our hosts and also to our panelists here. And special thank the residents, Stafford resident. I love the city. The past year, pandemic, it takes so much hard on all of us. But I'm hopeful for a brighter future to maintain zero property tax. I'll continue to promote our city economic growth with retail development and healthy fiscal policies. I want to add drainage issue. I want to support the SMST, expanding opportunity for our students to reach their full potential. Please support Alice Chen re-election of Stronger Together. I'm experienced and proved leader. I'm number 1 on the ballot, but I'm the number 2 on the ballot, but I'm number 1 for Stafford. Keep Alice Chen as your Stafford City Council. Remember, together, we'll make Stafford strong, and we're going to make Stafford shine. Early voting starts next Monday, April.
Thank you. And last but not least, running for position 2, Wayne Guerra.
Well, I'm in position, but I've opted on that, and I was going to bring some credentials that I could roll out as endorsements, but the list would probably hit the front door. I've been in politics since the 19th. With all that said, I was encouraged to run again, and I was a little bit apprehensive, but I felt compelled to run again. The people in a crisis, you've been supportive of the school. We know you all the way to the top that we voted for that school. And I can safely say I had two children that went from pre-K through graduation, Melissa and Michael. One was a special needs child, and I attribute that to our school, the diligence of the teachers that worked on us. If in a corporation, due to Stafford SFSD.
Thank you. Thank you, Win. And thank you to all of our Stafford City Council candidates for being with us this evening. This concludes our Stafford candidates. We have some important dates. Early voting next week starts April 19th to the 27th, and Election Day is May 1st. For more information on voting, you can visit FortBendChamberVotes.com. Thank you for tuning in and joining us this evening, and please be sure to vote and vote early. Thank you.